I am so excited to get my hands on some of these berries today.
I know, this place is amazing. It is truly a treasure here in Florida. And in fact, this is the oldest family business in Florida. They started in about 1880 doing citrus, and just a few years ago they started doing blueberries, and they have 4 different kinds here, and the newest one is the Arcadia. And they were Sarah Albritton was telling me that this is going to be probably ready in about 2021, 2022, but they already have 3 different varieties that you can have, and it looks like they have sunflowers. They're going to be doing a pick your own sunflower this year. So I can't think of anything better to do on a Sunday afternoon with your family than come out here and pick some berries.
Absolutely.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, how's it going?
It's
Sarah,
good.
thank you so much for letting us come out here today. We're basically in your backyard.
Absolutely.
This is your backyard,
It's a
your
family
family's
farm.
backyard,
Yep,
family
everybody
farm.
lives out here. Yep.
So when did you decide to invite everybody to your house?
Well, we started this field in 2015. I was in the hospital having my youngest son.
Awesome
Halfway
planning on
through,
your part.
I know, right? It was a little hectic, but we made it through. So this is our 3rd year.
Okay, of inviting
Everybody out. Yeah.
And there is a lot. I mean, this is a Sunday afternoon. I had to wait in line to get in here.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a hot time of the year to be here. Hot, obviously, because of the sun. So you have, it looks like you've got a bunch of stuff that's kind of baby plants, but then we've got all of these big giant plants. So you have 4 different varieties right now.
Yes, 4 varieties, 3 that are available. We just planted the Arcadia variety about a month ago, so 2021, 2022 we'll be able to harvest that. Other than that, we have Spring High Emerald Jewel. They all taste a little bit different. There's a little consistency difference, and a lot of people have their preference, whichever they like to pick. So these varieties have been crossbred to be able to withstand the Florida heat and require low chill hours. So a chill hour is 42 degrees, and they only require 40 hours under that temperature. And these bushes are well taken care of. Watering system, they're on a very strict schedule to be able to produce what we do.
How far back does this go for your family?
So my husband's family has been farming since 1890. He is 5th generation farmer, and my kids will hopefully be 6th generation. They're already out in the field helping when they can, when they're not on school, and farming when they can.
Yeah, I noticed them running around out there.
If you ask my oldest, he'll be able to spew off more facts than probably I can. He's really smart, and he's very interested in the farming life.
Thank you so much for inviting us to your backyard. We really, really appreciate it. And I have a lot to do.
A lot of baking. You can do lots with those blueberries.
I know, but my bucket is empty, so I
get to picking.
I need to get to picking, I guess. Thank you again. We
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
We'll see y'all soon.
All right,
I'll let
thank
you get to it.
All right.
This is my famous blueberry lemon pound cake, and you can't get blueberries fresher than this. We just picked them in the field.
See, here they are.
So we're gonna get to it. This is a really simple dish, great for fresh blueberries, and these pound cakes freeze really well. So super simple recipe. What goes better with blueberries than citrus? Fresh Florida lemons, Grove Ladder organic eggs, and Albritton blueberries. I modified this recipe with some vanilla Greek yogurt, keeps it really moist. But we've got eggs, sugar, flour, a little bit of veggie oil, and a little bit of vanilla. That's it. And we're going to glaze them later on with some fresh lemon zest and some confectionery sugar. You'll see those. I've already baked off a few here. So, without further ado, let's get baking. So, Mandy, what I'm going to have you do is a traditional baking, as I'm told. Wet and dry ingredients. So if I can have you start off, we're going to do the zest of 1 lemon.
1 lemon.
Yep.
Okay.
And just zest all over that. You want to just keep rolling it around so you're just getting the pith, or the peel, not the white part, which is the pith. And just roll through that as best you can. That should be good. We'll give that a quick bang. Get all that out of there.
All right.
And we're going to take that zest. Nice job.
Thank you.
Sugar. Which
sugar?
Should be, yep, that's our number 2. We're going to take our sugar and mix that in. and a little bit of salt in there.
All right.
So I'm going to mix this around well, have it all incorporated, and then we're going to take our wet ingredients. I like to scramble them a little bit ahead of time, but we can add those in. Perfect.
I did very
Beautiful.
Good job. There we go.
Nothing better than a mason jar with a lid. We're going to add a little bit of veggie oil and a little bit of vanilla. And this recipe is all going to be on the website. You can download it, print it off. And lastly, we're going to add a little bit of this, well, actually a cup of Greek yogurt.
All right.
This is going to keep it nice and moist and add a little bit more of that vanilla flavor. If you're using a plain yogurt, you can add a little bit more sugar. But I'm going to fold this around so it gets completely incorporated. And again, you can see how super simple this recipe is. And lastly, just to add a little bit of extra flavor, we're going to do
Ooh, you didn't do the special trick.
I didn't do the juice of the lemon into my handy dandy juicer.
Ooh, that's a nice one.
Calls for about 2 tablespoons. That's a pretty juicy lemon. So I'm only going to use a half a lemon. Really just depends on how much juice you're getting out of your lemons. Next, we're going to add, my recipe says a cup, but I like extra blueberries. So
You want all of them?
Throw 'em
Throw them
all
all in? All right, all right. I want to eat one.
I'll
or
get
two.
it.
Two. No, one more. Okay.
you can see these blueberries are absolutely gorgeous. And we don't want to over mix this. We just want it to become incorporated. You got a little bit of the flour in the bottom. You can just see them folding it over so that we don't overwork and actually develop some gluten in there.
So I have a question. I like to freeze my blueberries so I can make this cake in July. How do I keep my cake from streaking and becoming blue from frozen blueberries?
It's a very good question. What I found works really well is, first of all, you're going to want to dry them really well. So if you have a salad spinner, dry them off. Toss them in about a teaspoon of flour.
Okay.
It'll help dry them off, and it also helps them from sinking to the bottom when you're doing a cake, because it will keep them lifted up.
Okay, that's a good idea because I've done it and my cake has been tie-dyed.
I like to use the mini loaf pans because they cook faster and they are great to give as gifts. And this recipe makes about 4 of these small loaves. So we've got our little cakes, our little pound cakes ready to go in the oven. Those will go in the oven for about 45 minutes at 350. You can, depending on your oven. And what we're going to do is finish them off with a quick glaze. So Mandy, again, zest away.
I know, this, you can literally feel the juice like ready to come out of this lemon.
That's probably good. I'm going to go ahead and take that zest. Can you smell that? It's amazing.
It's unbelievable.
So then we're going to take some confectionery sugar.
All right.
If you want to take a couple spoons in there.
All right. How many is a couple to you?
2 or 3.
Heaping?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good. And I'm going to add this lemon juice in there. Give that a stir until it comes to like a paste. And if it's too thin, we're just going to add more sugar.
Yeah, it's definitely, we need a little bit more.
Nice. I would even go more.
You want more?
Oh yeah.
All
We
right.
want it nice and thick so that it's going to coat these.
Like a toothpaste consistency?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a nice glaze right there.
Is that going to be good?
I would even
Is that
make
the consistency
that's good.
you want?
That's good.
You want it to be drippy, but not too drippy. So not toothpaste, but like natural toothpaste.
And let's hit it.
All right, well, I'll let you hit it.
And this looks kind of thin right now, but as it sits on the counter, it's gonna tighten up,
Look at how pretty those are.
and they're gonna really make that thing. This is gonna give the sweetness and the tartness and the pop. And you don't have to put the zest in if you don't want it. So there's the beautiful blueberry lemon pound cake here from Albritton Fruit Farm. Craig Charlton from My Perfect Bite.
I'm Mandy Wands. Thank you for watching, and there's more to come.